Hello and welcome to the Minnesota Comic Exchange. This is our live stream, Comic and Cleats, but we're bringing on our guest and our main co-host. You know him as Chris, or whatever Chris is doing right now as Colossus.
How's it going?
Admin Jordan, because Admin Jordan's a great name to have on here.
Thank you. Hello.
He's in the FBI.
He's the FBI agent here. So, protection services or whatever. John Jedi collects on Instagram, and
he's got a foot page on OnlyFans.
He does. He sells feet, by the way.
I do.
That's how you can afford the books at Twin City Con over the weekend.
Yeah.
So
I do.
What did I come in on?
The other half of Noggin.
I think you're confusing me with Johnny.
We don't want to see Johnny's feet. I want to see Johnny's feet.
I saw John Palm sell a picture of his feet for $30 at a gas pump.
Dude, I wish. I'd be paying for my collection.
Well, how's everyone doing besides, selling feet pics? Well,
I'm doing all right.
Good.
Good.
Nora, are you just gonna nod?
Good, sorry. Yes.
Nora's in the other room right now. We smell. We don't want to sit next to each other. So
that's the reason.
But we should probably just make the announcement right now with 2 minutes into the show.
Drum roll. No? Okay.
Comics and Cleats is no longer Comics and Cleats. Yeah. With that old face that Jordan just made.
That's my surprise face, by the way, not my old
FBI
face.
Jordan.
His old face.
Yeah. But actually, before we share that, maybe we should post this onto the page, the group page, so people can actually see we're changing now.
Yep, I can do that. Unless you're doing it, but I got it. You got it?
Okay.
Got his foot. You can look at his foot studio there. He's got like 9 cameras under that desk.
We're still talking about John, right?
Those feet from all angles.
You guys are obsessed with my feet, apparently. No.
Hey, you spent how long standing at Twin City Comic?
They're really not that great. I mean, I can bring in the wife and she can, give her testimony.
I think we
This
should
is
get
a PG-rated show. Jordan looks bewildered.
It's my normal look, by the way.
That's fair.
All right, so I just posted it on the group page. It's taking forever to post. But let's get back to that. Comics and Cleats is no longer Comics and Cleats.
We got a new logo right up there.
A new logo right there. I'll share the video real quick. Well, that is the name of the show now. The Minnesota Comic Exchange
Live.
So, or MCE Live if you want to be more fancy with it. But we want to make that change because more people want to talk comic books and football.
Naturally.
And it doesn't mean we're going to stop talking about football and basketball and fantasy sports. It's just going to be a very small portion of the show going forward.
We don't want to limit what we can do with a title.
Exactly.
I like how you said fantasy sports.
Oh, we're going to talk about fantasy. We've been talking about John's feet for a good 4 minutes already. So,
but back to the sports.
To the sports. Yeah, and that's because while at Twin City Con over the weekend, we had a lot of people come to us talking about being on the show. And, we already started spitballing, like, maybe we should change the name because is so-and-so creator going to come on to a podcast called Comics and Cleats. If you have Minnesota Comic Exchange Live, you're gonna have creators, guests, vendors, comic shop people, comic shop owners on the podcast. So what do you guys think about the name change?
I like it.
Well, I know you like it.
Epic.
Yeah, I like
It
it
has a
too.
good
I
ring
think
to it.
I agree. I think it'll be welcoming to a lot more different people demographics than where we've been before, and it's kind of what we're about is welcoming the community and being a community with all the other comic people out there.
Chris, I know you spent all day working on that logo. So
Did.
as you can tell, Chris is tired right now.
That's why I said it's awesome.
Oh
man.
Whoa, Jericho.
Fresh off a
His name.
tour.
Your name.
How's it going, everyone?
An Ellie Slayer.
It's going good. We're talking about the rebranding and renaming of the show.
All right. Well, don't let me interrupt you.
You're
Oh.
pixelated, Jericho. We can't see that hair, that naturally flowing hair in the pixelation.
I'm
The
about to
GQ
shave it all off. You guys won't stop.
Hey, if you do not shave your head,
I'm not
Listen-
ready for that.
no.
Yeah. The next podcast, Knuckles.
Chris
Right.
could definitely give you some hat tips if you do.
Yeah, check this out.
Oh, well, I don't know where I am here.
It's your
Okay,
hand.
we'll put it up here. We'll put it up here. How's everyone doing? But yeah, please. I apologize. I don't mean to interrupt.
Chris is showing new hat styles. If you want to know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, we'll give him a full gear for that.
Wow.
So
It sticks no matter where you put it.
Yeah.
So if you do shave your head, you can wear your hat no matter what way you want to.
Styling.
I like
Well,
that.
we were just
Just the tip.
asking. We were just asking the table here, the group, what you think about the name change. To,
What are we going with?
MCE Live, Minnesota
I
Comic
like
Shop Live.
I like it a lot.
So, because
Excited
you
to
know
be here.
we were talking. Jordan mentioned that it opens us up to more people to come.
Yeah.
So
I think so.
um,
Sorry.
so you want to jump into Twin City Con or talk about anything else for Twin City Con originally? So we're a little discombobulated. We were gonna have a creator on, but there was an emergency, so he couldn't make it on. So now we're just gonna be like, so did you get anything for Twin City Con this weekend? So
Everybody was there except Jericho, but he was working.
Like I am now.
oh, which reminds us, hey Jericho, do you have any of the
Oh,
picks to buy this week?
I do not have anything at the moment, but if you just go through the show, maybe by the end I'll have something available.
All right. So let's start off with Chris and Jordan. You guys were there on Sunday.
Yeah, we were.
And this was your first big show, right, Chris?
Bigger than the old fairgrounds, yeah.
And Jordan, you've been to bigger shows, or was this your first bigger show?
I think this is probably the biggest show that I've been to.
And what was your overall experience?
Well, it was fun. You put on a lot of steps, that's for sure. How many vendors would you say there was?
Outside of comics, or just in general?
Just in general.
Probably like 300,
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
there was a lot of
400.
Yeah, it was a massive space. So, I mean, whether people like anime or Star Wars or arts and crafts or comics or all sorts of stuff, there's kind of something for everyone.
Some of those vendor spaces are just an art form in itself, like how they arrange their own stuff.
Plastic Pizza. Shout out to them. Like,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy was awesome.
I'm wearing this shirt right now, the one that we unboxed. But
Oh yeah, where can we see the unboxing?
on Nora's and I's YouTube channel, Noggin Comics, we did a 20-minute video about the comic haul that we got at Twin City Con. And at the
Nice.
end of it, we did the unboxing of it. Nora's also got something next to her that she's going to show if we do those show and tell later. But so
Yeah, I thought that plastic pizza guy was quite the entrepreneur. I was impressed. I almost bought something because I thought he made it, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, this other guy made it." It's like, wah wah. Guess I'm not buying that because that would have been the main reason because it was his.
Uh,
But yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
He was, yeah, and it's kind of cool because we shared his stuff the other day, and we all had a really good experience with him at the show. Then we get this message from him saying, "Thank you so much for everything you guys have been doing for us." So,
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
No.
Samantha.
yeah, Samantha,
Oh, that Pedro. Yeah,
we
that
talked to you a few times. We just met you at FallCon, and this doesn't really surprise me.
Saw that you were hanging out with Ning Chen too. That's awesome.
Yeah, Ming. So
Pedro Pascal actually is my dad.
That is a lie.
that
Oh,
we
yeah.
Hold on.
Resemblance, Jordan?
We're brothers?
Yeah, brother, brother.
Right here on MCE Live, I've met my brother.
Who needs Mari? Who needs him?
Well, yeah. So
I'm coming. I'm kidding.
for those who are really confused, who did not go to Twin City Con, there was a vendor that had Daddy Pascal, or
He's
fine,
American.
America's Daddy, pillows and cases and all this stuff with Pedro Pascal's face plastered all over it.
I saw it in my dreams.
I'm pretty sure Nora almost bought one so she could say, "Yeah, I slept with Pedro Pascal this weekend."
She did secretly buy one when you snuck away. I saw it.
Where is this on the bed? Yeah, so outside of that, and now getting distracted by America's Dad. Anything else? How did you guys feel about? I'll get to you because I feel like Saturday was a different experience than Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Yeah, it's interesting.
Was it
Saturday.
because I stood in line for 3 hours?
That's what I guess we're gonna get at. We're gonna get at how crazy packed it was on Saturday. So back to, I know we're going backwards, but back to Sunday. How did you guys feel about comic hunting and the creators there?
For me personally, I'm typically looking for like value boxes to dig through and look for treasures, and there wasn't a whole lot of that. I know there was some vendors that had some dollar books that were not bagged and boarded necessarily, but I understand they got them bagged and boarded, and it was just unacceptable to bring to market how they were. So I get it. But between that and I don't know, higher price point, because I mean you got to pay for the table, you got to pay for the space. I get that. There wasn't a whole lot of comic digging that appealed to me, so I kind of went a different direction. I've been looking for an X-Men number 15 for my Jack Kirby collection, and I did come across one of them, which was a very interesting buying experience.
Do you want to go into detail about that experience?
Yeah, it was unique.
We'll give you the full screen here so you can showcase your emotions.
I'm sure that's exactly what you're gonna see. Looked through a box, I saw it there, $70 price tag on the sticker on the front. Walked over to one of the two gentlemen who was running the booth and was like, "Can you do this for 50?" Wasn't looking for that book that day, but just kind of spur of the moment. And he looked at the front, flipped it over, looked at the back, and what was on the back but a price tag that said $40. I'm like, well, did I just lose the asking for a discount on Comics Game?
You lost.
And perhaps I did, but the guy made a really good show of it. He looked at it, he kind of flipped it over, and got really close to me like it was a secret. He said, "I'll tell you what, I think my partner mispriced this one. I will give it to you for $50 as long as you put it away right away. He's not here. Don't tell him. You gotta go."
Get out.
So what did I do?
You got
Paid the man
out.
$50. and I got out of there. And I am happy to report that that hole in my Jack Kirby collection has been filled. Other than that,
Yay.
that was the only comic that I bought. Stopped at the table with the Wynn brothers, awesome artists, really
Kevin and
nice
Brandon.
guys. Yep, and wanted to bring something home for my family, and I saw that Kevin had some pretty affordable little sketches. I think they were like 4x6 inch. I was kind of flipping through them, fully colored. They looked really nice. Didn't really see what I was looking for, and it's like, so, do you have some time? If you're interested in doing any like commissions for these? And he's like, oh yeah, he's all about it. So I ended up getting some little commissions for my kids. Poison Ivy, Spawn, 2 separate ones, $20 each. So I thought that was a perfect price point for some original art to take home, and that was my purchases.
Did the kids appreciate? Did the family appreciate what you brought them?
I think so.
Loaded question.
Yeah, right. They did say thank you.
That's good.
They did at least give the illusion of appreciation. So I like that.
Well, and
Shout out to Al, the
one
good
of
one.
the-
No, I'm just kidding.
one of the coolest things about Kevin and Brandon too is they are fixtures in the Twin City comics scene. So like if you go to any show, you mostly get run into either Kevin or Brandon, both of them, at Action Inc. Comics. That's their boost title. I know you picked up some prints from them too, right, Chris?
I did. I can get them. They're close.
They're close.
And while he does that, I will say, because I was trying to go on a budget and my budget was pretty much busted at that point, I was going to see if I could get in on the deal with Chris. And Chris said, no, I'm going to get these 3.
Yeah.
And Brandon felt pity on me, I think, and gave me a small version of the Spider-Gwen print to take home with me for free, which I already thought they were pretty awesome. And yeah, that was even more awesome. A little extra something for free.
Well, shout out to Mark Alone. He did
No,
the owl, the great owl there. It's from Secret of Nim. But we got at Twin Cities Con the Batman Beyond. That was from Kevin. And then these were both from Brandon.
So good. I love his Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
Canelli.
That's why when I saw the
John
Spider-Gwen, I
Canelli.
was like, Jordan, I'm not letting you get one.
Well, thank you, Brandon, for making that not true.
But yeah,
Because he started crying at his booth. What was he supposed to do?
yeah.
No, just kidding.
So, but yeah, outside of that, that's what you guys got. You got X-Men 15. You got Kevin and Brandon's prints. You didn't buy any comics, did you, Chris?
No, but I bought. Here, I got the other stuff. I bought this Uncanny Experience patch.
Nice.
And then the only other person I know that has one of these is Jericho.
Uh-oh.
The top off
Yeah.
comic loader.
I know
need
that
one of
there's
them.
other members of the community that do have them. They also recognize.
Well,
where-
until they come out to Tuesday's cookies with us, then no, they don't.
Wait, time out.
Fair enough.
We have Tuesday cookies now?
It's if you know, you know. Where do you think Nora goes on Tuesday sometimes?
She tells her to go to bed. All right, John. Your turn. You were there just on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was there just Saturday.
In fact, you spent most of that show with us.
Mm-hmm.
Except for what, 3.5 hours?
Yeah, about 3.5 hours. I was in the Ashley Eckstein line. And after about an hour and a half, I was standing there with the other guys that were there for about the same amount of time. we're all like, screw it, we're committed. We're gonna see this all the way through. So we did, but I mean, it was long, and we were, getting harassed by what are those the people that do the lines and everything. And to be honest, like Chris would not be able to fit in those lines. Like I was barely fitting in between the lines, and they're like, "Stay within the lines," and we're like, "How are we supposed to fit?" I mean, outside of that, and probably like dehydration, and thank you guys for bringing me a Mountain Dew because I was about to die. It went good. It was well worth the wait. I mean, she was amazing. She was more than gracious to take time with, I think, every single person she talked to. But yeah, that was probably the longest I've ever stood in line for anyone's autograph. So
You made some lifelong friends, sounds like.
yeah.
Well, he's got permanent injuries from his feet. So.
Yeah. My legs were probably completely numb, gone by the time I left the show. Standing on that concrete.
I remember when you finally got done meeting her, you're like, I gotta go, guys. I've been here way too long.
Well, hey, like, you guys knew the story. Like, my wife had bronchitis and she was taking care of the baby, and she was gracious enough to let me go for the day. And, about, 3:00, I'm looking, I'm like, oh my God, she's going to kill me. I've been gone since like 9:00. And by the time I finally got to Ashley, which was at about 5:00?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because about 5:30, I came and seen you guys, and I'm like, I gotta go. So, but again, it was well worth the wait. She was a sweetheart. She was more than gracious to take time with every single person. She did an incredibly sweet gesture for me as far as my daughter goes, and she didn't have to do that at all. But she still took time to do that, which I thought was amazing. But aside from that, I mean, the other lines were not that bad. They really weren't. I mean, depending upon who you were going to see, the only other person I went to see was, Jeremy London and also Jason Lee, just to get them to sign the Mallrats, to get that.
I learned that was Jeff here, man.
Nice.
Can you see that?
Yeah, I got it now.
So
Heck yeah.
the companion from the 90s. So Ari was signed by Jason Mewes and then Kevin Smith, and I just had them sign it. And then also I had, if you guys have seen Chasing Amy, the final panel from that movie, I had Jason Lee sign this, where he inscribed that as well, that your mother's a tracer.
That's pretty
Awesome.
sweet.
Where did you
Yeah,
get
isn't
that
that sweet?
done?
So it has Kevin's autograph
Traded
already.
feet
I
pics
met,
for that.
Joey Lauren Adams about, I want to say 3 years ago or before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it just needs Ben Affleck whenever he comes to town, and that will be complete. So
That's awesome.
Good. Well, good luck on the Affleck
Yeah.
signature. I think you may need some feet pics then to get that.
Yeah, but I mean, it really was a fun show. I mean, even before we went and stood in line for autographs, we stopped at Granite City. I got a couple of Golden Age comics. I have here this Spaceman that I got for only $10, which I thought was awesome. Actually, Kyle's the one that pointed this one out while I was digging through the old Golden Age that they had. Then also this Prize Comics Western. Kyle knows I'm a geek when it comes to the old Golden Age Western comics. So I did get those, and we talked to Tim for a bit. He was awesome. But other than that, I mean, we didn't get a chance, I don't think, to really go through a whole lot of other vendors as far as the comics go. I mean, we stopped by a couple, but I don't think, well, considering I was in line for 3 hours, I didn't get a chance to really visit a whole lot of other people. So,
And we spent an hour at Ashley's and Matt's panel. Clone Wars.
Yeah, we did. Yep.
So on Sunday, we were at the show for about 6 hours on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I'll say the Chicago guys had, like, in my opinion, the worst books out of. So, like, the source never brings a lot of books, so I'm not counting them really in that. But like, out of the vendors that had all the comics, I think the guys from California had some good stuff, some really good stuff. Most Wanted always has good stuff. Tim always has good stuff. the other Tim always has good stuff.
The Tims.
But the Tims. But those guys from California had a lot of crazy big books. They had an X-Men 1 there. They had like the entire like run of X-Men, I think.
Yeah, Nora actually took a video of the entire box they had of the X-Men stuff. And
Jericho, why didn't you take a loan out, man? Why weren't you there?
you were busy on the weekend,
Sunday?
right? Yeah.
Oh, John, I work every Sunday, dude.
I know, but I'm just saying a chance to buy the
Hey.
entire collection of X-Men.
No.
He got a new job, man. Can't you see his title?
Yeah.
And now he's fired.
Line them up!
It's the MCE's new anime coming out. Yeah, but John, you're right, because Nora and I, we've done these big shows. Well, we do 2 a year, it feels like. And we never stand in line.
What's up, nerds? I'm kidding. How's it going?
So that's the first time that we've been to
What's that?
somebody who decided to stand in line the entire time.
That's all I play.
Yeah, it was worth it though for what she did. It really was. So
I waited
You know.
18 and a half hours in line for Xbox 360, John.
did you say Xbox or Xbox?
Xbox 360.
Not John Walker.
'Cause I was like, he was there, so I was like,
Going in line.
Yeah, if it makes you feel better, John, I waited for like less than an hour to meet her.
Yeah. After you left, I'm like, you should go stand in line.
The line
I want
wasn't
to
even that
brag, but
long.
when I went to Disney, I got the Lightning Pass and got to get on rides real fast. Just
Did you
FYI.
put your pants on one of the rides, John?
No, I don't do roller coasters because of my spine. But yeah.
All
Chris,
right.
let's see about pooping pants today.
Happens. Everybody poops.
Everyone poops. That was today. It was either going to be MCE live or everybody poops.
Yeah.
So,
You
Um,
could potentially have a diet in which you don't poop. Just want to point that out.
Okay,
let's
let's
get back to the show.
Just wanted to don't want to be the contrarian, but it is feasible.
but
All
John,
right, and moving on.
yeah, let's not talk about that.
outside of that, how did you feel about the show overall? I mean, if
It
you
was
got
great. Kind of like what Jordan talked about. They had everything as far as you could think of. I mean, they had writers, they had artists, they had the Star Wars guys. They had. I actually would have liked to have seen them have a little bit more comic vendors there. But I don't know what that situation was like. But I mean, really, they did have everything for everyone. It seems like.
well, I don't recall you spending much time in Artist Alley though either.
No, you brought me over there. Remember?
Yeah,
We were over there.
If
I
he
remember
would have
I
had
was
more time, maybe if he wouldn't have had that 3 hours in line, I'm sure you probably would have gone over there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because Bird Monster HQ. I introduced you to those guys. But
Yep.
I was trying to introduce you to Nick, who was supposed to be on the show today.
Yeah, you were. Because you
And-
came over to me, I think, a couple times in line. And you're like, hey, I want to introduce you to Nick. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm about 3/4 of the way. And you come back, and an hour later, I'm like, yeah, I'm only halfway.
I'm like, well, by the time you're done, Nick's gonna be gone, and he's a vendor.
Right.
Okay, but Artist Alley was basically my favorite part of the show, and I think Chris and Jordan, you guys saw that because I was all over the place in Artist Alley.
Yeah, I thought so too. And it was really fun walking around, kind of being, instead of having a table in the community section, just being mobile, chatting with
Giving
all
out
sorts of
buttons.
vendors, artists, giving out buttons. Exactly.
We should get one of those end time sandwich board kind of suits to wear and have that, but
I wanna-
talk about MCE.
I want to wear one of those. I already do want to wear one of those.
Just Die Hard, saw the Vengeance all over again.
What?
Die Hard, saw the Vengeance. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
That's movie stars.
Same concept. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
No,
wear
but
that.
John, besides what you showed, that's all you got was those books, right? And then meeting Ashley and Jason Lee.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Nora, what was your favorite part of Twin City Con? We kind of talked about this in the video already. But
I think we all know that I cried while I met Ashley Eckstein, okay? And now
Why'd you
Sophia's
cry?
here, she could back it up. I didn't cry like completely. I just didn't know what to say. And then like I started to like freak out inside, and then I was like, okay, bye.
Hi, Sophie.
Wait, you didn't talk to her?
I did, but it was like brief because I didn't know what to say. Like, what do I say?
Hello.
Hello, what'd you have for lunch today? What was breakfast like?
I know. I don't know. It's just like I told her, I'm like, Ahsoka means so much to me, and like, you know, her universe means a lot. And then I was like, yeah, can I have a picture? And then she said she liked my glasses, and then she asked if I was from Minnesota, and that was pretty much it.
Did you ever ask her where she was from in Minnesota?
No, I regret that. I regret that.
I was curious at where she grew up.
Yeah,
I didn't
or
know that
does
she
she
was
just
from
have
here.
family here?
Isn't
I
it
mean,
on Wikipedia?
I don't know. Someone want to pull that up?
I don't,
everything's
I
online.
don't believe in looking things up. I like
I
the
can't
old
read.
days. I like the old era when we just would try to guess real hard.
When
and
the
think about
West
it for
wasn't
weeks at a
wild.
time.
Well, I'm just wondering if she was either from here or if she just had family here.
She
or
was born
both.
in Kentucky.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Kintuck. Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Tom Brady's grandparents are from Minnesota. Just throwing it out
And
there.
as soon as we figure out who they are, we're kicking them right out.
Station Manny.
Hey, Manny. But yeah, I think the show was really fun. It was a little bit bigger than last year, and I thought, you know, it was maybe a third-ish or fourth-ish size of C2E2. So if you guys want more comics and still pop culture, like C2E2 is, I think, my favorite pop culture
We're
comic show.
Minnesotans here. We gotta
I know. I'm sorry.
Minnesota show.
I'm sorry. Let's not talk about that. But yeah. Anyway.
But that being said, though, April 26th and 26th or 28th is C2E2 this year.
Did they have like a corn maze or anything?
Yep. They have two
Is
of
that a
them.
requirement?
No,
What kind of
isn't
Minnesota con was this? They didn't have a corn maze.
okay.
It was Johnny. It was inside. Just so you know.
Aren't they having a show?
Is this real?
No, it's not real. This is not the real life.
Okay, so isn't Nerd Street doing a show in Wisconsin?
They're
When is
doing
that?
Madison in September. I think.
Yeah, so that would be a fun one to road trip to.
Well, September is a very busy month next year.
Yeah, I know. But just for like the heck of it would be fun.
Which reminds me, future episode is gonna be a rundown of Comic Cons because I feel like we all have a lot of shows planned for next year already.
Cool.
So Chris is like, we do. So I lost track of where I was at here. Oh yeah, no,
went dark.
Yeah,
Johnny went dark.
He joined the dark side.
No, I wasn't trying to get out. I was trying to I was trying to bring it back to like saying that Nerd Street will be doing more shows in the Midwest.
Well,
John, is there a possibility that you're really born in like 1968?
Who are you talking to?
You.
What about why do you think I was born in 1968?
I think you're a sleeper cell.
I'm a sleeper cell baby boomer. What?
I don't know. We'll get to the bottom.
I was thinking about going to. I want to go to I haven't been to a con yet. I want my first con to be Gary Con. I think over in Lake Geneva.
I think you and Kyle should go on a road trip to a con.
Gary
together.
Con is
the whole thing.
It's for Gary Gygax. He's the inventor of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
And he's from Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. And it's one of the, even though it's obviously like in a small like town, like Lake Geneva is not like a metro, obviously. It's considered, at least from what I've gathered, I haven't been to any con, but it's supposedly one of like the top cons to go to.
Is there a reason why it's considered to be that way?
Well, I mean, because it's Gary Con, so I mean, it's like if you want, if any, it's like if you want to do like cons related to gaming stuff, like Magic, Dungeons and Dragons, board games, whatever. It's based, from what I heard, it's one of the top 3. The other 2 are Emerald City Con in Seattle, and then
I want to go there.
And then what's it called? It's the big one in Indianapolis. It's one of the biggest conventions in the United States.
Bigger than San Diego Comic-Con?
Cream.
Well, they're not strictly Comic Cons. These are like more gaming cons. It's called oh shoot, I'm forgetting what the one is called in Indianapolis now. It's huge. Gen Con.
Gen Con. Yep.
It's one of the biggest cons in like the country.
Well,
but
you
Gary
do know
Con's supposed to be really fun.
You do know there's a game-centric show here in Minnesota, right?
2D Con.
2D Con.
It's coming up.
I don't know. I haven't heard of anything. They used to have this one called like Skull Con or something, or Skull Con. I don't know, but it kind of I don't know.
2D Con's very popular here in the States. In the state, they had they rented out an entire room at Twin City Con where they had arcade, board games, tabletop gaming. And we walked in there when we were leaving on Sunday. They were still open. They were still gaming.
Well, that's cool.
Saturday, not Sunday, Saturday. And we walked in there, and we, Nora, myself, Sophia, we felt like novices because these guys knew everything. But so, do you want to show what you have, by the way, Nora? I know you have something sitting at the desk that you're going to showcase from a local creator.
Yeah, Nora.
Well, we also showed it on our video, so go back and watch that. Also, here it is. Dave Wheeler. Sorry, that glare is real bad. Dave Wheeler made this awesome Turtles print. I wanted the Spider-Verse one, but Kyle chose this one. So,
That is still pretty sweet. And I do remember the Spider-Verse one that you're talking about, because that one was freaking awesome.
Oh, it looks like Sophia had a lot of fun volunteering. And yeah, made a lot of friends. Yay.
Sophia's bouncing from Facebook and YouTube, so it's hard to keep up with her. No, and yeah, I had to pick the TMNT one. Dave Wheeler, Dave Wonder on YouTube, who's doing a 24-hour live stream marathon this Saturday. So imagine all of us doing something like this for 24 hours straight. You think it's possible?
Need a lot of coffee.
So,
I've been up for 5 days straight at once. That's the longest I've gone.
I don't want to know you like that.
Would you want to live stream, have 5 hours of conversations? You know, you go into the bathroom at least a few times in that time period. So,
well, I'm hoping that they switch off cameras while some guy's taking a dump. So
I wouldn't.
No, Dave brings it to the bathroom or something.
Yeah, he just sits on a
that's
bucket.
disgusting. If you do that, you should probably go to jail, I think. Nobody needs to watch you take a dump just to
get some views.
Are you making some dinner there, Johnny?
Hey, what are you doing? Taking it down?
Seventh Avenue
Pizza.
Oh,
that pizza's good, yeah.
Lucky Seven.
I like 8th Avenue Pizza a little bit better.
We don't talk about 8th Avenue Pizza in this house.
To piggyback off of one of these comments that Sophia just said, she said it was fun seeing everyone's cosplay next time after my glasses. One, she was blind as a bat the entire time. It was hilarious. Two, what did you guys think about the cosplay? I know this is a conversation that we have about our shows, about cosplay. What was your thought on the cosplay you saw at the show?
I thought it was cool. There was a lot of creative costumes, and a lot of them were pulled off pretty well. You could tell a lot of people really put a lot of effort into their cosplay and wanted to show it off. And
a lot of hours.
That.
I'll be cosplaying next episode.
What are you cosplaying as?
It's a surprise.
That might need to be pre-approved.
Yeah, as long as it's appropriate.
Family friendly. Also, let's give a shout out to Reba. Reba at the show.
Worried about my cosplay being family friendly.
It'll be family friendly. Yeah, what are we gonna say? What are we saying about Reba?
Yeah,
Oh,
Nora is giving a shout out.
Reba, the fabulous Reba and Bobby. She was kind of like a medieval-ish Renaissance Poison Ivy. On was that Sunday? On Sunday. She was awesome. Had like a whole corset, cape, like a headpiece. So that was cool. I think when people make their cosplay, like you can see they've taken hours and hours and hours to make their cosplay. Like that stuff is so awesome to me, and I'm jealous because I want to do that. But yeah, I mean, cosplay is awesome. It brings the pop culture fandoms and everything together through that mutual love of characters and pop culture. Yeah, I don't know.
We gotta give a shout out to another exchange member, Tyson.
Yeah.
He did an amazing Nightcrawler.
Yeah, he did on Saturday. No, on Friday.
Friday. No, yeah Friday.
Friday.
I have a question about cosplay.
One day.
Yeah.
Hold on, what, Jordan?
I was just saying, since he changed it up every day, I missed it. I hope to see his Nightcrawler one day.
Yeah, it's really good.
Actually, Kyle posted the picture.
Yeah, but
to see
I
it in person.
understand he has an
Oh,
animatronic tail. It doesn't really do it justice in pictures.
Yes.
Sophia, if it's not the dynamic year,
yeah, you have some
you're
time.
moving slow.
Yeah, hold on.
You still like Sabine that when that happens.
I have a question about cosplay real quick.
Yep.
So
I came back at the wrong time.
I've seen like random posts by people where they're like, "Oh, I'm cosplaying right now," and it's like them just wearing like a random headband of a certain color and like regular clothes, but they're supposedly like, "Oh, I'm Evie," and like they wear a different headband and like they're suddenly supposed to be like flaring on, I guess. I don't know. Does that really count? I'm just curious.
So cosplay is much like role playing in a way. Like you just put something on to make you feel like that character. It could be anything. There's people who, go as Spider-Man, just wearing a Spider-Man mask, but everything else is just regular clothes.
Got it.
Some people are in a budget, so they can only take a certain amount of stuff to do with it. Our experience at Uncanny, we saw cosplay that was just beyond belief. Juggernaut, Omega Red, Emma Frost. These people encapsulated the characters. Storm, Kitty Pryde. Like they were the character.
It's a big hobby, kind of like collecting comics.
In fact, there is this theory that cosplayers don't really buy comics at the shows because they don't have space to bring it. They don't have backpacks. They don't, their hands are usually. If you looked at Tyson, he had the Nightcrawler hands going basically. So it's very difficult to buy comics then or anything.
Sometimes I wonder where they keep their wallet too.
They usually have a handler.
Yeah, they have someone with them. Usually, yeah.
To go back to Uncanny, if you remember Juggernaut, Omega Red, he had Black Tom Castley as his handler. He was doing all the talking, taking photos, buying stuff. So, but I also want to give a shout out to a different Chris Anderson. He did this book right here. Let me give myself a full screen. Lost Angels. Was as if Neil Gaiman wrote The Breakfast Club. When he said that to us, Nora and I are both like, well, we have to buy it now. This Chris Anderson, not the one next to me, is he's based out of LA, but he's from Minnesota. And he also does a lot of horror books. Like he did this one. I like his art style. Very horror style, though. So if you like horror, I highly recommend checking his art style out. I have a book that's not PG friendly, so I don't know if I'm going to show it. But it is from... Huh?
Can't you show the cover?
No, that's what's not PG friendly is the cover.
I mean, technically you showed it on our other video, so just show the cover.
Johnny, close your eyes.
It's on Nora. It's on Nora.
Close your eyes, John.
I mean, it's the name of the thing.
Oh, here, does that work?
There. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice. I like it.
A.L. Peterson or Anna Peterson, she's a local creator and she did some work on that. And she's got her own comic coming out. So like I said, I spent most of my time talking to local creators at the show. And
I was gonna buy that, but you did. And it didn't look like there was another.
This was the last one. To be quite honest with you, this is an art showpiece, basically. Flip
through it.
Oh yeah, here.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'd probably color that if I wanted.
So yeah, this is what you would find in this. It's stuff like this.
Yeah,
it's very much black and white. So, but I mean, if you grew up on reading underground comics, this is something that you saw a lot of. So, but is there any community shout outs from the show you want to give out? From the exchange, local creators, or people that you met. Nora and I want to give a shout out, and Chris and Jerry, Jordan, you guys were there too. Bill Hester was really cool to meet.
He's really cool. Really cool guy.
Didn't know he was from Iowa. So I did not realize that he has some not local, but like close ties to the state. Very cool guy, and I hope we get a chance to meet him, work with him one day. So
it was nice seeing everybody out there. All the guys you see around town, everybody that's constantly out in the community, and that's what it's all about, being out in the community, even if it's just hanging out. It's always good hanging out with Dennis, Nick,
Danny.
Danny.
We got to get her on here.
Danny?
I know she doesn't write comics, but she's awesome.
Hanging out with Most Wanted guys and Tim at Granite City and Tim at Comic Book College, and seeing the Source guys is always nice.
It was like going back to you guys' conversation you had with the wins too. You guys seem to kick that off really nice too. Have a good relationship. Not relationship, but good conversation there.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. Uncanny. Those guys from Uncanny were there too.
Those guys are always cool to hang with.
Mm-hmm.
John, you got anything? Any shout outs to any community members that you want to say hi to, or I didn't like talking to you? So.
Well, I mean, mostly, is probably Tim from Granite City. I mean, we talked with him probably the longest or the most.
Yeah,
Tim's a good guy.
When we first got to the show, we basically the first table we hit was Most Wanted. Not Most Wanted.
Granite City.
You just got like the coolest stuff there. Brett got cool stuff, but John Palm got some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, I wish that Brett was on. I wish that Brett was able to come on here because his experience with Kevin Smith at the show.
Oh, yeah, he did. We're going to get him on here.
Yeah.
We're going to figure out a way.
All right. So in the last 10 minutes, let's go to what we all did this weekend in fantasy football.
There's a box elder bug on my screen.
No, that's just my face. So.
But I'm going to let you guys all talk about football. I have a quick errand to run before Loki finale.
Okay.
Yeah, go get those waffles.
Get out of here.
Bye.
Bye, Nora.
Bye, Nora.
Yeah.
So, well,
yeah, I got a dip as well. So,
enjoy your pizza, Johnny.
Take it easy, Johnny. Can't handle all the Kennelly slaying about to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Like,
you want to be present.
Let me get this going real quick. Let me get the share screen. But first, Chris, you traded a kicker. You had a kicker trade this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I traded a lot of people and didn't realize that, but you effed me because I needed a defense this week.
How's it going, James? Sorry, don't mute me.
I gave you the Vikings defense. I mean,
yeah, but the trade won't go through
in time.
Commish is right
until
here.
Like the 14th.
Commish is right here. Commish can push it through.
Well, the rules are the rules.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Gotta look at the details.
It's because he plays tonight, and the trade wouldn't have went through in time.
Oh, that's
Pretty
right.
BS.
Chuba plays. Yeah, Chuba plays this week today.
We could just vote to cancel it and make a new trade for a different running back,
It's
AJ
fine.
Dillon.
It's fine. I trust Chuba Hubba more than I do AJ Dillon. So, okay, Jericho, you
What's up?
You massacred Canelli.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because food was on the line. So
Wait, oh, that's right. He owes you food.
yeah, so me and the boys had a talk, and it's been a while since I had a good meal. So yeah,
So,
I put a whooping on him. I was hoping to double his score, but
you damn near
oh
did.
well. I know, but I didn't.
Blame
Would you
Jake.
have got dessert if you doubled up on him?
No.
Yeah, where you guys
just
going,
was-
Ruth Chris?
No, I just would have slept better. No, he's taking me to, I think, Blue Ox, I think.
Oh, over in Burnsville?
Yeah, it's supposed to be really good. Well, I was there before.
He's not taking you to Northfield so you can have a hoagie?
Are you guys dressing up?
Yeah, like Humpty Dumpty. Except
Oh.
I don't have to wear a hat with a spinner. He has to, and the suspenders have to be up. I'm going to wear one suspender up like crisscross.
That's awesome.
Well, now
Because I got to bring a customer up, so sorry.
It's all good. Now we know that Jericho plays well. He put food on the line. So no one bet him food going forward. Because
I've seen him fight somebody for a sandwich, man.
I can see it too. I can see that. But yeah, Johnny kind of needed this win. Because a lot of teams are shaping up for the playoffs. What, we got 4 weeks left of this regular season for fantasy? So talking about somebody that
Hey, I got to go. I wanted and had stuff to say, but I can't. So I'll catch you guys later.
talk to
Yeah,
you
yeah.
later. Talking about polling forward. Zapple, we face Zapple this weekend. I don't feel comfortable playing him. I think he's gonna kick our ass basically. Well, but he beat Dustin.
Yeah, he's gonna win.
Dustin reached out to me about a trade that I'm still contemplating about. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on it, but reach out to me this morning about it. But
Just do it.
I'm losing the trade basically, feels like.
Just
But all right, best team on paper still
the worst team in real life.
looks like a what fart. You look at your team, like you're 3-6 in a league that's polling ahead of you right now.
Just look at the projection. I mean, that's the thing. You can just look at what the people projected and then look at it. It's like, thanks, Chief defense and Aaron Jones finally, but that's it.
That's it for you.
Kamara had his first bad game.
And then John finally got that Licky Horseshoe back.
Shoved it right up his butt.
Yep. And how is it that Austin puts up 133 points for beat every other team but Jericho, and you still beat him?
I don't know. Well, I picked up Will Levis, and it wasn't like he set the world on fire.
Nobody on your team ever does. It's just you win by 10, 15 points a game. So
Name of the game.
CD Lamb did. I mean, you had 27 and a 30-point player. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's consistent.
Pretty good.
It's consistency with your lineup though, because Chris has the best team on paper. If someone looked at your team, they're like, "How is this guy 7-2?"
Because he paid the refs.
I don't know, man. It's working out though. I'm not gonna complain. Now, if you want to talk about the Yahoo League, that team is the exact opposite.
Well, Yahoo League, we don't talk about.
No, we don't.
I mean, actually, I'm actually doing pretty well in that league. So I've actually won 3 straight games in that league. But
that's awesome.
Jordan, you're back in the winning circle.
Yep. Got the win I needed. Finally got a little bit of luck after a lot of bad luck. So take what I can get.
I actually like Dalton Schultz, the tight end, especially what him and CJ Stroud did this weekend. I think you got a good tight end there.
Which is good because I have a bad tight end in Darren Waller, at least for the next number of weeks, because he's not going to be playing.
He sucks.
And then we lost to Jason off of running backs that don't know how to produce and getting a 0 from Gabe Davis. But if the thing that hurts the most this weekend is having 59 points on the bench from Jalen, from with CJ Stroud. Would any of you guys started CJ Stroud over Jalen Hurts this week?
Nope, no one would have predicted that.
I don't know in what scenario you decide to start CJ Stroud over Jalen Hurts.
After a darkness retreat, you would.
Well, after losing to Jason, I did take a darkness retreat. And I'm starting to CJ Stroud this week.
Nora said you locked yourself in the bathroom for a couple days, huh?
I did. It was after Taco Bell, though, so I think that's the reason why. But let's do a quick look at the standings. And John is number 1 with a 99% chance of making the playoffs.
At least Maurice is below me.
That is basically the epitome of the meme. So you're saying there's a chance.
I got 10% chance. That's all I need.
Jordan, you can sneak in there. You're only 2 games out.
I mean, I'm in right now. I'm in the 6th seed.
Yeah. So who are you facing this week again?
I
need to move up 2 spots.
Oh, I'm facing Jen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am gonna lose.
All of a sudden, Jordan's gone white. Look at him.
It's the time of the podcast.
It's the ghost of Jordan's past.
It seems like once an episode, Jordan goes extremely translucent. Once again, though, Jordan has all the advantage, and you've got 2 players with the advantage, John.
Mm-hmm.
And Stefan and CD. And yet you're still predicted to win.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I've got nothing to say. I just don't know how the hell you keep doing it.
Collusion.
Collusion.
My trend of bad luck finally ended last week. Maybe it's time for your trend of good luck to finally end.
Well,
good.
He thought it ended last week. They lost to us. But then I guess we're wrong there. Yeah, the 3 and 6 teams going at it this weekend. Chris, you're facing Austin.
Oh yeah.
You have no kicker or defense right now.
It's all right.
You just chalking us up, saying screw it, I'm done.
No, we'll get it done.
All right. Looking at your bench and okay.
Got some trades going through tomorrow.
Except for mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a kicker. Pretty exciting.
Hey, watch that kicker.
I'm excited.
So we get a kicker and a defense. So Jason against Joe, and I thought Jason was out of it a couple weeks back. But he's in it now at 5-4.
He's regrowing his mustache and he's ready to go.
Him and Sam got matching mustaches now.
Maybe he had Sam grow a rally stash to help him out.
That makes me uncomfortable.
When you walk in there and see the matching mustaches, you're like, what's going on right now? Dustin against Johnny. Johnny has to win. This is a must-win for both these teams this week. So if Johnny loses, he's got to win out for the rest of the year.
What if they both somehow lose?
In a tie?
That'd be cool.
I mean, essentially, they do both lose if they tie at this point.
Well, and then you've got Jericho and Maurice. So that game could go either way. I'm surprised that Maurice is 3 and 6. with having Josh Allen and Jamar Chase on his team.
Yeah, you know.
Jamar Chase has not been so good for a number of games.
No,
He's been horrible.
but yeah, that was our 10 minutes of fantasy football. We did it, guys. We did 50 minutes of talking comics and Comic Cons, and that is what the future of the show is going to be.
Hell yeah.
How'd that make you guys feel that we're talking comic books finally?
I like it.
Well,
I heard about Johnny wanting to do cosplay too. So I mean,
dang it,
what
John.
more can you ask for?
Cornucopia of topics.
If Johnny comes on here and this cosplay is not good, Chris and I do have the access of removing it. But fantasy football is not the only thing that we do. We also do fantasy basketball. I'm not going to talk about that. I think I'm 2-14 right now in that. But how you guys?
You've only got up to go.
Yeah, I suck. How do you guys feel about your fantasy basketball team this year?
It's still kind of too early. I mean, we're what, third weekend?
3 weeks already?
Yep, this is week 3.
Yeah, and Jordan's frozen.
No, just the way.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel.
So.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I mean, I gotta say that one of the most important things that people that are managing fantasy basketball teams with these weekly lineups need to do is set your lineups.
Yeah. You sent that, because you sent that in the chat. Don't forget to set your lineups. And I'm looking at mine, I'm like, did I forget to set my lineup?
I mean, interestingly enough, someone who was chatting at about that time who I'm playing this week, starting a guy that's out for 2 weeks. He was in there chatting away, but you can only bring a horse to water.
Now I gotta see who you're calling out.
Right. Well, should we wrap it up? Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Oh, I see who you're facing this week. I get it now.
Johnny.
Yeah, we'll say you can only bring a captain to the boat.
There you go. But yes, we can wrap it up. Thank you to everybody that attended this episode. Going forward is now at MCE, Minnesota Comic Exchange Live. We're hoping to have creators, comic shop owners, maybe other content creators like Dave Riller, Manny, potentially. And always let us know what you want to see from our show. We would love to do a show based on something that the community wants us to talk about.
And come
But
on.
not John's feed.
And talk about John Palm's feed.
Yeah,
Nope.
Go to his OnlyFans for that.
John's feed.
John's feed at OnlyFans.com.
If we go to July collects and we don't see feet, we're going to be upset.
You're gonna be very disappointed.
There's a bunch of animated feet.
You would do a bunch of Rob Liefeld's feet, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Shots of Rob Liefeld. Sorry, Jordan, I had to say it. But yeah, until then, let me know too if you guys are seeing the Marvels this weekend, or if you're caught up on Loki too. I think an MCU discussion is something that we are planning. I know Chris, you're not all caught up, right?
What?
With the MCU?
I'm not either.
Not either.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'm not caught up. No.
Nora and I were discussing about having an MCU debate because we're seeing a lot of crap on social media. So, but
it's kind of like Star Wars. You have the fans divided right now. I feel.
Yeah, you love it. With the Marvels, I heard either you love it, you hate it. There's no. And talking at the shop yesterday, they were bashing movies that I actually liked from the MCU. So that's why Nora and I in the car that show like, I think we need to get people together and have a debate about the MCU. So,
I think if you ask somebody their top 5 movies of all time, it says a lot about them that you don't have to critique them because you already know where they're going to stand.
The top 5 movies in general.
In general.
Okay.
That'd be a good topic to discuss maybe going forward in one of the shows.
Oh, like our top 5 movies.
Yeah.
The little offshoot show. So, but yeah, now we're just spitballing ideas. So, everyone that attended, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. We will be here next Thursday, same time, same channel. But thank you for watching.
Hey, everybody.
See ya.